Hello there. This is at SoCom2for2. That's my handle on Champions Online. It is Tuesday, August 29th, 2017. And basically, this is just a video I'm making um, with regards to how the three cosmics get done daily. It's not really instructional, although I hope it's instructional to anybody that does see it. Um, I'm basically going to post it and link it to a few of the players here on Champions Online that I see. Uh, these veterans are pretty good at doing it, and it's mostly for any kind of tips that they may have on maybe making myself a better DPS, or at least if pointing out any kind of any problems that I have doing these cosmics, whether I'm in the wrong place or not doing anything. Also, just to verify if I'm doing anything wrong, like maybe hitting hearts or hitting the dogs, or doing something wrong with the baby. Um, and of course, those are for the three different cosmics. I'm only going to be focusing on the Kigatilik, the Qwyjibo, and the Teleiosaurus cosmics. They'll be up in a little bit, so this is just a kind of a warm up right now. Um, a little bit about myself, real quick. I've been a player, not really all the way through, but since the launch of the game. I was a lifetime subscriber since it launched, and I've played on and off on the game. I played maybe the first year, pretty steadily, got my characters to 40, and then kind of lost his interest. Came back on, I think, when the fourth anniversary was on. Again, played it through that, but lost interest again, and stayed off it for quite a bit. Only just recently, this year, 2017, I was on it kind of relentlessly for the last like month and a half, 2 months, like since the beginning of July. And I figured I'd start really trying to get into the end game part of this, game, basically. So other than just doing, smashes and alerts and all the other good stuff, and maybe even them cons, I really wanted to try to get into doing the cosmics. So at first I just kind of like joined up and kind of stayed in the back. I know I made a few mistakes in the beginning, but I was just learning the ropes. And maybe a week or two after that, there was an invite for, or rather there was just a post to join a channel called TheEndGame chat, and or the channel. And basically the channel was a catch-all channel for any kind of questions you may have, and also to alert players of anything that they're doing, whether it's cosmics or any other kind of raids, or private queues or whatever. And they've been really, really helpful. There are a lot of really good personalities on there, and I've taken a lot of notes. A couple of builds were posted on it, and I was using one of them. This one's not one of them. This is just a build I had on my own. I didn't really consult anybody. It's predominantly DPS, it's but it's right now in hybrid mode. The character's name is Tura Satana. She's actually named after the actress, most famous for Faster Pussycat, Kill Kill, Doll Squad, and the Astro Zombies. And she's just like my favorite. I made this character around the time that she passed away, and basically she's done pretty good. She's predominantly martial artists. I think everything is martial arts. I think I have like one brimstone power because I think it's more of a theme, and I think I have execution shot as well because she does have a pistol in some of these movies and everything. So again, it's kind of like a theme character. She does pretty decent DPS. I mean, like I get average between 200 and 400k DPS on each cosmic. Depending on the cosmic. Sometimes more maybe because certain cosmics reset, but that's not really a problem with the character itself. My gear is okay. Right now I'm wearing Legion's Gloves of Growth, Legion's Breastplate of Elusiveness, and Mercenary Helmet of Utility. My secondary gear is not that hot. It's mostly made up of purples. that I either got dropped or that were in the auction house at the time. I am working on a distinguished set, and I got two pieces. I got distinguished gloves of the offense and distinguished armor of agility. So I'm definitely going for like a DPS-ish kind of a build with this one. Um, any tips on the gear, mods, and everything? I can either get mods or I've got some pretty good mods stashed away. So this is my change character screen, and as you can see, I don't have that many characters. I mean, like there's obviously quite a bit of room for more characters. But these are the mainstays. I started off basically with this guy up here with Pax Americana. He's freeform. He's predominantly might based, but I recently did a respec on him based on a suggestion from one of the players here, a guy named Vex, Vex. And so he sent me a build, and I'm gonna try this build out. Um, Again, I want him to be a good tank, but I do definitely need gear as well as a decent build. I think the build is okay. It's just a matter right now of the gear. This is my second favorite, Tourist Satana. She's DPS, again freeform, predominantly martial arts, and she does pretty good. Her gear is good enough to survive the cosmics, but I'm trying to get better gear for her, and I'm working on like a distinguished set. These next guys are all template characters. Pavor Nocturnus is the Mind template. Um, she did okay, and she's good at PvE, but recently I'm trying to see if I can make her good enough to do something in the cosmics. I don't think she's a really good healer. She only has like the target heal that's allowed from the Mind template. And I was trying to make her into someone that can crowd control with a sleeps, with sleeps basically. But I do not think that the the cooldown is good enough for her to do anything good on a CC basis. So I don't know. Well, she may be a lost cause, but we'll see. Uh, TR2N or Tron 2 um, basically is the Tempest, pure Tempest, and pure DPS. Again, his gear lets him do it, and he does some pretty good DPS. I mean, as long as he doesn't die and he's at 5 stars, I see him usually go about 400k to maybe 600k, sometimes 700k at a go with one of the cosmics. Again, he is definitely a glass cannon, and he will go down unless he blocks prodigiously. And there's like a lot of heals around him and stuff like that. Same thing with this guy over here, Cienfuegos. He's the Inferno template, and again, really good DPS. Again, the gear is satisfactory, and he pushes his DPS in the 300 to 500k range on the cosmic. So these guys can do cosmics pretty good, but I haven't done them a lot with them, both of them. Just haven't been able to do them really. This guy, Viridian Venator, don't really like him that much. I mean, I think he's the marksman, which is the archer template. I guess I just don't really know how to have a go at this guy. He's been languishing at 29 as I get other people up to 40. This one, Magnum Diva, another one of my favorites, freeform. She's predominantly heavy weapons, and she's predominantly DPS. She does have like a brick mode, but she's not tanky. She doesn't really try to get aggro and stuff like that. And this one's also another, probably my final template character, the Radiant, languishing at 17 while I get other people to 40. But as the Radiant, she's a healer, but I think I'm going to make a freeform healer. And then we have these three characters, which is just made up, and I'm kind of like parallel leveling them a little bit each, but I try to keep them within the same level, basically. This guy is freeform Kagamusha, and basically they're all DPS, but this one's DPS with telekinesis, so he's going to with the eagle blades. This one's war ensemble, again free form. I'm sticking with munitions for now. We'll see what happens when they get to 40. And finally, next, she's a shark girl, as you can see, and she's also DPS, predominantly the beast. I guess with the supernatural beast with the claws. That's the one that she's built for so far, and they do pretty good. They're leveling up pretty good. Um, of the groups over here, though, predominantly I've seen a lot of Paragon Dawn and Spectre, and another one called Menagerie. So they're pretty. There you go. There's a Menagerie guy. They're pretty predominant. I mean, like I see them in equal measure, doing everything here. Cosmics, private queues for rampages, and so on. All right. It looks like we started the Kiga event. This is phase 1 of the event, where basically someone that CCs, looks like it's Widow over there. They basically pull all the dogs that were around Kiga, and basically pound on them one at a time. Someone pulls them. In this case, it's Reyes, and so they pull them one at a time, and then we all dog pile on each dog separately to do it. I've seen only a couple of times where a successful Zerg rush of all the dogs at once kind of succeeds. But, oh, and there it goes. They're all loosed. And now it's kind of like a free-for-all in a way. Sometimes we just stalk back, but it looks like they're going to try to Zerg it. Let me get in there and see if I can help out with that. Let's see if I can. Oh, so far so good. Of course I'm going to jinx myself when I say that. Let me just run around and get some of these buffs. Move a little bit. Okay. Not bad. I'm not sure why it's important to do this. I mean, I know they do it every single time. But the first thing they do is pull the dogs and then destroy all the dogs. One at a time, hopefully. But the point is that they get the dogs first, and then once the last dog is done, like this, we kind of like fall back to a safe position, and the dogs basically reset. They kind of like get rezzed, and they go right back to being around Kigatilik. We, like I said, we fall back. So with the dogs, as you can see in front, they're still fighting, eating some people. Some people don't get away fast enough, and I guess like that. But as you can see, they are going back to the starting point. There you go. So again, that's phase 1. Pretty smooth, actually. So we'll probably get Widow to CC again, and we'll probably get Reyes to probably tank or pull, and therefore I guess the tank in this particular case is pulling the dog just to get the aggro, but then Widow CCs them, puts them to sleep, traps them or whatever, and maybe there's a healer standing by just to make sure that the CC, Widow in this case, doesn't fall. But as you see, Widow just took him. And now this is phase 2. We're actually going to attack Kigatilik. I'm going to let the tank actually get some aggro. There's always been a lot of talk about letting the tank get aggro. But I'm also looking out to see the CC. Looks like Widow's handling it. Usually sometimes a healer stays behind or throws a heal to make sure the CC's up. But it looks like everyone's ready to do this. Everyone's crowding around. And the frozen tomb is there. There you go. Alright, so now I'm blocking and I'm basically trying to get into position. And this is good. And there we go. And I'm gonna just keep it like this. And get ready to block any kind of stuff, but at the same time, I don't really, unfortunately, I don't have like a good AoE to reach any tombs, any frozen tombs. Oh, there goes a storm. I'm gonna block through this one. Yeah, so once the dogs are held, they stay back there. If the CC's good, the dogs stay held and basically don't get loose and then don't come up and kill us. There's a tomb over there. Looks like it's getting taken care of pretty good. There you go. Alright, so that's that. And every now and then, like I said, a tomb comes out and freezes somebody. The only way to get rid of that, some people have to basically, you know, take it out. Giga's going down pretty quickly, actually. Look at this. Of course, I jinxed myself. Let's see what happens. Just throw that. So, with this character, Satana, she's mostly DPS, mostly martial arts. My cycle is basically to do a lot of 100 hands and then dragon uppercuts. And then when they come back, I always throw my bountiful chi just to get a little extra heal. My intensity to get me a nice little damage buff. And then whenever that comes up, also I throw out the form of the dragon, or the fury of the dragon, excuse me. And so far so good. This builds up, of course, pretty good DPS. Like I said, I average about 200 to 400k on certain, you know, certain cosmics. Oh, there goes another one. Oh, can't target. Oh, okay, it's gone. Tomb is gone. Throw my fury out there again. Oh, some pretty good heals and pretty good bubbles. And Reyes is doing pretty good up there. He's probably getting a. He's got to be. She's probably getting a heal from somebody. Sometimes there's usually a healer on the side. Oh, hold on a second. Okay, they just said something, and I'm gonna block through this because he's probably doing something really hard. There's a tomb over there, and it's gone. Kiga looks like it's finishing up. Let me just do another round of intensity. Oh. Oh. Let me block through this. I think Reyes must have an interrupt. Because I think I hear Kiga saying something, but then he doesn't really follow through. And here he goes. And he's done. He's actually very, very quick. Been on some of these where it lasts quite a bit, but you know, we lucked out. Let's see. I happen to do about 264 DPS. That's not bad. Let me just grab my stuff. Very nice job. Now we're gonna zone. Looks like the ape is up. I think we're just waiting to get set up. Oh, there's a little ad there. He's dead. I'm familiar, or at least looking at some of these tunes, these avatars that come up over here. A lot of really excellent players here. And there's the ape. Well, it looks like someone's heading down there. Widow's heading down there. For the ape, obviously you need a tank so the ape can face the other way, basically facing towards the beach. That's the best way that I've seen that the ape is positioned. There's a CC, crowd control, for some hearts, some like blobby shapes that appear around the ape. They have different names. The key, from my understanding, is not to hit the hearts. From my understanding, they heal this guy. So the basic thing is once the tank is in position, once the hearts come out and start getting CC'd, which takes about a bar of health, that's I think when they start popping up. So you basically have to watch your attacks. Don't do any area effect attacks. Just keep it single target on Qwyjibo. The CC again sleeps or stuns the hearts. If everything goes right, again it should go pretty quickly. Another big thing about the ape is that every now and then he'll jump up and down, and when he does that, it pushes everyone away a certain number of feet, and also creates a lava pool. And the big thing about it, you'll see right here. There you go. So it push back, and then as you can see, it forms underneath you, and it does a lot of damage, as you can see. But the big thing about this is that what people don't do is leap directly at the ape once it's done. Now, I'll see if I can show you the correct way it's done. Had to learn it within the first week. Oh, there's a meteor strike there. So I blocked through that. Usually there's two of them. Looks like they're around top of each other. And here comes a jump. So I hold it there, and as soon as it pops up, I leap. And basically that's because, you know, if I leaped as soon as I got pushed back, when I stay there, then the lava pool forms right underneath, you know, my feet. And then, of course, that's too close to the actual, to the ape. And then the lava ticks can hurt the other people in melee. So the general rule is do not leap right away. Oh, here we go. That took a lot of damage. But there's a healer right behind us. Sometimes there's a couple of healers and bubblers. So we're doing pretty good with as far as the damage goes is concerned over here. And I think the hearts are around. I'm going to see if I can pan around and see if I can show you some of the hearts. There's one over there. And it's called Tenacity, all the way on the on my right. There's one all the way on the left called Courage. And there's a one I think directly in front. Let's see if I can get a good hit into that one. Oh, let me leap back as soon as it comes up. And see if I can get a shot of that one. I don't think I can get it. Oh, there it is. And it's called, oh come on, I can't click on it. I don't know the name of it. There's a lot of meteor strikes here. Alright, let me get back to doing some damage. I also heard, or rather read on the chats, that the meteor strikes fall upon people that have the lowest health, but I really don't think that. I think it's completely random. I've seen it target me, and I've had full bars of health. I don't know, maybe it doesn't, maybe I'm not paying attention, but I heard about that. If there's any kind of, like, you know, corroboration. Oh! And this should be it. And there he goes. On this one, let me see really quick. Did about 255k. Again, not bad. Let's get the rewards, and then we're on the same zone in Monster Island. We're gonna fly over to the dinosaur. Since we have the time, let me go a little bit more in depth into at least the gear and the powers that I have. I guess I'll do the powers first. Um, I should go through the hero builder and actually go through the exact powers that I took and maybe make a link to the powers and post it. But for now, um, I have Vicious Strikes at rank 1 from Energy Builder. I have Dragon Uppercut at rank 3. I have Execution Shot also at rank 3 for my close attack. Close area, I have Brimstone rank 3. 100 Hands rank 3. My Thunderbolt Lunge rank 1. Bountiful Chi Resurgence rank 2. Intensity rank 2. Way of the Warrior rank 2. Regeneration rank 2. Form of the Master rank 2. The red block is regular. My parry is rank 3. And these are the characteristics I have, one at a time. And Steadfast, that's my energy unlock. Fury of the Dragon, rank 3. And I took Hover Disc and Acrobatics. As far as my specializations right here, you can see Dexterity is my first, and I have basically Combat Training, Brush It Off, Deadly Aim, and Exposed Weakness. I took Brawler and took Glory of Battle, Penetrating Strikes, Finishing Blow, and Flanking. And Merciless I have, Vindicator, sorry. Vindicator tree, I went Merciless, and Rush of Battle, and Focus Strikes, and 2 points in Mass Destruction. And topped it off with Dexterity Mastery. And then as far as my gear is concerned, Legion Gloves of Growth. And in there I have a level 6 Strength mod, a level 4 Con mod, and I have a Growth Amulet and a Gambler's Lucky Gem, both level 6. For Legion's Breastplate of Elusiveness, I got a Strength mod, level 6, again a Con mod, level 51, and I have a Gambler's Gem and an Impact Prism. I got that in that one. And finally my Mercenary Helmet, I only have two level 4 Con mods, and I have a discount mod, Gambler's Lucky Gem. And except for that. As you can see, for the Agile Belt, it's Strength Dex with offense and defense. Again, Strength Dex with just defense for the Agile Bracers. And Strength Dex with defense and a little cooldown reduction. And again, these are items that I've either they've gotten dropped from me or I purchased on the auction house. Take a look at who's here. Probably seen these guys before in the other earlier Cosmics. Well, looks like they're setting up. We got 3 tanks up front. And they haven't gotten it yet, but this is about the spot where we're going to fight. And as soon as they start tanking, they'll start basically twisting her over so she's kind of like right next to that tree and basically straddling alongside the actual valley floor, like kind of in a cross direction, having the tail basically face the mountainside over there and the head facing this area over here. And then basically we attack alongside it. We'll get up close, the melees will get up close. Range, most likely we'll get up close as well. Oh, here we go. And it hasn't happened. Oh, look at all that damage. Oh! That's the only thing about dying. And of course, if it's not set up, I mean, like, if everybody was set up and the healers were there, you can get rezzed, pretty quickly over there. Looks like she's in position. Oh, look at that. All right, looks like we're doing it. Oh, there we go. That's the jump. Does quite a bit of damage. And I'll just keep it like that. Actually, I'll keep it like... Oh, hold on a second. This one I think is the scream. Yeah, I think it does a hold if you don't block through it. And there goes that top. Oh, no, that's the one. Being held. Gotta get off of that. Block again. Alright. So you can see that it's not really a matter of the DPS. I don't think we're really short on DPS. Let me just drop a little bit of this. Alright, the baby should be hopping out any soon. Just have a look on the, there we go. Right on the right side of the screen. Look at all that damage. Yeah, look at that. But as you can see, the baby gets, oh, it looks like the baby is out of control. They haven't gotten good enough aggro on it. You know, I wonder if they're actually tanking it this way. Like if they're just gonna just say screw it and have and have both of them come that way. Oh, oh god, I'm gonna get killed on this one. Oh, there it goes. All right, looks like they got the mother under control. Let's join the fray. Oh, here we go. Oh. Gotta make sure I'm not getting hit by the tail or the mouth in this one. I think I'm too close to the tail there. Alright, looks like we're at the last bar of health. I really... I don't want to say anything. So let's just focus. Oh, held. Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh god. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, there's a lot of damage there. Oh, the tanks are dead. Oh my god. Oh no, no. Exile's still up. Okay, good. Oh, please. Oh, thank God. Okay. Whew. All right. I think we reset about maybe 3, maybe 4 times on that one. So obviously there was a lot of editing with that. But that's it. And that's the third and final cosmic. Well, you know, there's another cosmic. There's, I think, the Eidolon, but I've never done that. And I've heard a lot of horror stories about it. So, but considering the fact that you get to do 3 of these a day, and we did 3, that's it. I'm capped with this character. I could do it for another character in a few hours when the others reset, but that's pretty much it. Like I said, this is for this character being a DPS, but I am planning on trying to make a decent tank and also a decent CC and a decent healer, but that'll take a while. Right now I'm focusing on other characters just for, you know, having fun, but any one of those are freeform, so I guess I could tool them into any of those roles. So I guess it all depends on getting a really good build and seeing, you know, how I want to do this. Again, I want to thank anybody on the Endgame chat channel. Uh, they've been really supportive and they've been really friendly whenever kind of any kind of questions that I or anybody else has, for that matter, regarding gear, regarding builds, and just general questions and stuff like that. Again, a lot of really cool, funny personalities on it. Um, if you'd like to actually join that chat channel, the name of the channel is The End Game, all one word. I'll type it down in my description, and you can join it if you have any other questions or you just want to join a friendly, laid-back channel of a lot of really good players. And that's it. I'll end it here. If there's anything, please post it. I'll try to reply to it. Anyway, guys, it was a lot of fun rolling with everybody that was on the last 3 Cosmics for today. And I'll see you around. Take care. Bye-bye.